Emily sat at her cluttered desk, staring blankly at her laptop screen. The cursor blinked incessantly, mocking her inability to produce even a single coherent sentence. She sighed, running her hand through her disheveled hair. It had been weeks since she had written anything worthwhile, and the pressure of her impending deadline loomed over her like a dark cloud. Her once vivid imagination seemed to have evaporated, leaving behind a barren wasteland of frustration. Emily had always been a passionate writer, weaving intricate tales that transported her readers to worlds only she could imagine. But now, the words eluded her, slipping through her fingers like grains of sand. The more she tried to force the words out, the more they slipped away, leaving her feeling hollow and defeated. Desperate for inspiration, she decided to take a walk, hoping the crisp autumn air might clear her mind. She wrapped a scarf around her neck, pulled on her boots, and stepped outside into the vibrant tapestry of red and gold that painted her neighborhood. The air was brisk, filled with the earthy scent of fallen leaves, and as she walked, she felt the weight of her writer's block begin to lift, if only slightly. As she meandered through the familiar streets, Emily's thoughts ran wild, flitting from one half-formed idea to another. She watched as children played in the park, their laughter echoing in her ears, a stark contrast to the silence of her empty home. A part of her longed to join them, to revel in the carefree joy of childhood, but she knew she had to find her own way to break free from the chains of her creative drought. Emily's wandering took her farther than she intended, leading her to a narrow, overgrown path she had never noticed before. Intrigued, she followed the winding trail, which led her to an old, wrought-iron gate partially obscured by ivy. The gates creaked open with a gentle push, revealing a hidden garden, untouched by time. It was as if she had stumbled upon a secret world, cocooned from the hustle and bustle of the outside world. The air was rich with the scent of blooming flowers, and the gentle rustle of leaves created a symphony of tranquility. She stepped inside, her heart racing with excitement and a hint of apprehension. The garden was a sensory delight. Vibrant flowers danced in the breeze, their colors bursting against the backdrop of emerald foliage. A small pond shimmered in the dappled sunlight, and dragonflies flitted gracefully above the water's surface. Everything seemed alive, imbued with a magic that Emily had long forgotten. In the center of the garden stood an old wooden swing, its ropes entwined with morning glory vines. Emily felt an inexplicable pull towards it, as if it held the answers to all her woes. She approached it tentatively, running her fingers along the weathered wood, and finally sat down. The swing creaked softly beneath her weight, and as she began to sway gently back and forth, a sense of calm enveloped her. As Emily continued to swing, back and forth, a warm sensation enveloped her as she felt herself being transported back in time. The garden faded away, replaced by a sunny afternoon from her childhood. She was 10 years old again, playing in her grandmother's backyard, her laughter mingling with the chirping of birds. The memory was vivid. She could almost feel the warmth of the sun on her skin and the cool grass beneath her bare feet. Her grandmother appeared, smiling warmly as she handed Emily a freshly baked cookie. The sweet aroma filled the air, and Emily's heart swelled with happiness. It was a memory she had long forgotten, buried beneath the weight of adulthood. Yet, here it was, as vivid as the day it had happened. She remembered the carefree days spent in her grandmother's garden, where worries were non-existent and laughter flowed freely. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized the swing was more than just a piece of wood and rope. It was a portal to her happiest memories, a reminder of the joy and innocence she had lost along the way. With each gentle push, she felt the burdens of her adult life lift, if only for a moment. Eager to relive more cherished moments, Emily returned to the swing day after day. Each time she sat down, she was whisked away to another treasured memory. She danced in the rain with her college friends, shared a tender moment with her first love, and celebrated her first published novel with her family. Each swing of the pendulum brought forth laughter, adventure, and the bittersweet ache of nostalgia. The swing became her sanctuary, a place where she can reconnect with the joy and wonder she had once known. Each memory was a piece of the puzzle that made up her life, a testament to the person she had become. She found herself reflecting on the lessons learned, the friendships forged, and the love that had surrounded her throughout her life. As she swung, inspiration flowed through her like a river, and the words she had struggled to find poured effortlessly onto the page. Her writer's block dissolved, replaced by a renewed passion for her craft. She began to carry a notebook with her, jotting down ideas, snippets of dialogue, and scenes inspired by the memories she had revisited on the swing. With each visit to the swing, Emily gained a new perspective on her life. She realized that her frustrations and self-doubt were but fleeting shadows, easily dispelled by the light of her memories. The swing had given her a gift far greater than she could have imagined, the ability to see the beauty in her own story. She understood that every struggle she had faced was part of her narrative, adding depth and richness to the tapestry of her life. The hidden garden became her muse, a place where she could escape the pressures of the world and find solace in the simple act of swinging. It reminded her that happiness was not something to be chased, but rather something to be cherished in the moments that made up her life. She began to write not just for herself, but for the countless others who felt lost in their own stories, searching for a way to reconnect with their joy. One crisp afternoon, as the leaves turned golden and the scent of pine filled the air, Emily sat in the swing, lost in thought. She considered how far she had come and the journey that lay ahead. It was a moment of clarity, where the weight of her past transformed into a source of strength. She closed her eyes, letting the rhythm of the swing soothe her, and envisioned the story she would tell. Inspired by her experiences, Emily decided to share the magic of the swing with others. She wrote a novel about a frustrated writer who discovers a hidden garden and finds solace in revisiting her happiest memories. The protagonist's journey mirrored her own, filled with the moments of doubt, joy, and ultimately, triumph. She poured her heart into the pages, weaving the threads of her memories into a narrative that resonated deeply. When the book was finally published, Emily held it in her hands, overwhelmed with emotion. It was more than just a story. It was a piece of her soul, a reflection of her journey through the labyrinth of creativity and self-discovery. The book resonated with readers around the world, touching the hearts of those who felt lost and alone. Emily's story became a beacon of hope, a reminder that happiness is within reach for those willing to look for it. The swing in the garden became a symbol of resilience and the enduring power of memories to heal and inspire. Readers wrote to her, sharing their own stories of struggle and triumph. And Emily felt a profound connection to them, an understanding that transcended the written word. As the seasons changed So did Emily. She no longer feared the blank page, for she knew that the words she sought were already within her, waiting to be uncovered. The swing had taught her that her past was not a burden, but a source of strength, a wellspring of creativity that would never run dry. With each visit to the garden, she embraced the memories that shaped her, allowing them to guide her future. Emily continued to visit the garden, not out of necessity, but out of love for the memories it held. The swing had become a cherished friend, a confidant who listened without judgment and offered comfort in times of need. It was a space where she could reflect on her journey, celebrate her successes, and acknowledge her struggles without fear. One day, as she swung higher and higher, she felt an overwhelming sense of freedom. She was no longer tethered to her anxieties or insecurities. She was soaring above them. The garden, once a hidden refuge, had transformed into a sacred space of creativity and inspiration. With every gentle sway, Emily embraced her past, celebrated her present, and looked forward to the future with hope and anticipation. Months passed, and Emily's book continued to gain popularity. Inspired by the response, she decided to host a writing workshop in the hidden garden, inviting others to share their stories and find their own creative voices. She believed that the magic of the swing should be experienced by others who struggled with their own writer's block or creative dilemmas. The workshop attracted a diverse group of individuals: young aspiring writers, seasoned authors seeking inspiration, and even those who had never written before but felt compelled to express themselves. As they gathered in the garden, they were enveloped by the beauty of their surroundings and the warmth of shared experiences. Emily encouraged them to explore their memories, to dig deeper, and uncover the moments that defined their lives. Under the canopy of trees, they wrote with abandon, laughter, and tears mingling as stories flowed from their hearts. Emily facilitated discussions, guiding them through exercises designed to spark creativity and foster connection. Through the act of sharing their stories, participants found solace in one another's journeys, forming friendships that transcended the boundaries of their individual experiences. As the workshop came to a close, Emily watched her participants leave with a newfound sense of purpose. They had discovered not only their voices, but also the beauty of vulnerability and the power of community. The garden, once a solitary refuge, had transformed into a vibrant hub of creativity and connection. In the following months, the workshop gained momentum, attracting more and more participants. Each session brought new faces, new stories, and new connections. Emily found herself filled with joy as she witnessed the transformation of her students, their eyes lighting up as they shared their words. It was a reminder of the impact that storytelling could have, not only on the writer, but also on the reader. The hidden garden became a cherished sanctuary for the community, a place where creativity flourished and hearts were unburdened. Emily knew that the swing had played a pivotal role in this transformation, and she made it a point to share its magic with everyone who came through the garden gate. Years passed, and Emily's novel became a classic, cherished by generations of readers. The garden remained a secret for Emily alone, a sacred place where she could return whenever she needed to be reminded of life's simple joys. The swing in the garden continued to stand as a testament to the power of memories and the magic of storytelling. It whispered to those who listened, inviting them to swing and discover the happiness hidden within their own hearts. As Emily's life unfolded, she continued to write, her stories evolving alongside her. The swing became a symbol of her journey, a reminder of the struggles she had faced and the joy she had reclaimed. Each time she returned to the garden, she felt a surge of gratitude for the moments that had shaped her, for the memories that had guided her, and for the community that had blossomed around her. On a serene autumn day, Emily sat in the swing, watching the leaves fall like confetti around her. She reflected on her journey, the ups and downs, the moments of doubt and despair, and the profound joy that had emerged from those struggles. She realized that the swing was not just a physical object. It was a representation of the cyclical nature of life, of growth, change, and renewal. In the twilight of her years, Emily knew that the legacy of the swing would live on, not only through her words, but also through the countless stories shared within the garden's embrace. She envisioned a future where new writers would come to the swing seeking inspiration and solace, just as she had. The garden would continue to be a haven for creativity, a place where dreams took flight and memories intertwined. And so, the swing in the garden remained timeless and eternal, a symbol of hope and the enduring beauty of a well-lived life. It beckoned to those who dared to dream, inviting them to swing into their own memories, to find joy in the simple act of storytelling. Emily's heart swelled with pride at the thought of her garden, knowing that it would always stand as a testament to resilience, creativity, and the power of connection. As she looked out over the garden one last time, she whispered a heartfelt promise to the swing, knowing that it would continue to inspire and uplift all who sought its magic. With a final push, she propelled herself into the air, feeling the wind rush around her, and for a brief moment, she soared. The swing creaked softly. The morning glories danced in the breeze, and Emily knew that she would forever be intertwined with the garden, the swing, and the stories that had shaped her life. The legacy of the swing would endure, a reminder that within each one of us lies a story waiting to be told.